So guys, this all area is called the Garden of the Paradise. Outside we saw the forecourt area. This area is called the Garden of the Paradise. And in this all area, total 16 gardens we have and 53 fountains right in the middle. If I combine the number 16 gardens and 53 fountains, it comes up with 1653. Can you guess? Can anyone guess what happened in 1653? Wow.
Taj Mahal was built, finished.
Finished, you got it. The Taj Mahal construction completed in 1653, so intentionally they put 16 gardens and 53 fountains to make it 1653. I'm explaining you all this stuff because I want to show you that things are not just like that in here. Behind many things we have some kind of a story to tell or something to explain. So that's the reason guys, 16 gardens, 53 fountains to make it 1653 because the construction of the building completed in 1653. And everything is perfectly balanced here because this one is a perfect symmetrical and geometrical building. So look at the Nawab Khana. That is called the Nawab Khana, which means a musical gallery, a place for the musician. So that side is a Nawab Khana guys. Other side we also have a Nawab Khana, look at that. And then we have a one big red building right side of the Taj Mahal. And the exact same red building is on the other side. They both look like same. They both stand into the symmetry. Even though the Taj Mahal has 4 sides, all 4 sides are the same. No difference. Every inch of dimensions, designing, art, all same. No difference at all.
Even the front, is it the same?
Exact same. No difference at all. If you look at Taj Mahal from here, from left, from back.
But is there gardens on that side?
No, only until the Taj Mahal, the building is changed. Only the symmetry is just right in here because behind the Taj Mahal we have river. So let me start my explanation from these Nawab Khanas. Back in the days when the construction of the building was completed, initially the building was not open for the public. The building was only open for the royals from different part of the country. So when the royal people they are arriving from that gate, only the royals, not these thousands of people here. The musicians they played the music from each corner, and the music was touches together right in the middle and working like surround sound and like acoustic. So these are the places to give warm welcomes for the royals when they entering into the Taj Mahal. Afterwards, you see that all white platform, the people they standing top of it?
Yeah.
That is called the water tank. The first thing to build in this premises and the first thing even which is built before the Taj Mahal. Because at that time when the emperor he entered in this place, he just used to stand right up there and look around. With the help of all chief engineers and the architects, they all used to be standing right up there and look around how was the chemistry was going on, how was the construction was going on. So that is the reason the first thing to build in this premises, this whole water tank, and the first thing even which is built before the Taj Mahal. And now let's talk about the Lady Diana bench. The bench is called the Lady Diana bench. First of all, I'm very happy you got the picture from there. Sometimes the people they say no, but the people they don't know what they missed actually.
Yeah.
So guys, Lady Diana bench is called because the Princess Diana she visited here in 1992. So first of all, she arrived here way before it became the wonders of the world. It became the wonders of the world in 2007. It's a modern wonders of the world. Along with Chichen Itza, Machu Picchu caves in Peru, Christ the Redeemer in Rio de Janeiro, Petra in Jordan, Great Wall of China, Colosseum, and Taj Mahal. These are the new modern wonders of the world, and they became all in 2007. She arrived here way before it became the wonders of the world. Even in 1992, could you imagine, as I said, we don't even have an entrance ticket to get in this premises. It's just free. And she came here all alone, half of the world, because there was no internet. They didn't know that she already got separated from the Prince Charles. She came here all alone. She officially said to our guide here, you know why I came here all alone? Because I already got separated from the Prince Charles. So I'm not royal anymore and still you guys close the Taj Mahal for me. So I really appreciate that. So that was the biggest headline in the whole Western world newspaper.
Yes.
And Taj Mahal grabbed more attention in 1990. So that's the reason. Just to give her respect, right after 30 years, people still call the Lady Diana bench. And also known as the VIP bench as well. Because a lot of Hollywood celebrities, the famous one like the Tom Cruise, Will Smith, George Clooney, already took the picture from there. You can find the pictures on internet. Almost.
Did they do even Tom Cruise did the Lady Diana?
Many ladies, they're trying to do the same pose of the Lady Diana. They did that, but not the guys, of course. So the bench is pretty common and the pretty popular. Actually, guys, you can see right now the people how they cover up that bench because it's not just about the celebrities, guys. It's a one particular place we have. You can sit and get the most symmetrical picture of the building. And now let's talk about the big red building right side of the Taj Mahal that is called the Royal Guest House because when the royal people they're arriving in here, they're wearing a very heavy traditional jewelries and the dresses. They're not going to walk in the 120 Fahrenheit heat, right? So that's the reason they admire the beauty of the building from there. Right now it's completely closed, but back in the days it was so lavish. They used to have a beautiful fluffy Persian rugs on the floor. They have a talking even I tell you they have a beautiful jewel carpet, hand embroidered jewel carpets on the wall, but unfortunately all is stolen by the British. There's nothing to see inside, it's completely empty. Even they closed, no one allowed to even go and you can take pictures from the further away and that is it. So if he built the royal guest house on the left side, he had to build something on the other side as well, especially when he's building the most symmetrical building in the entire world. So what he did, he built a mosque. Why the mosque? Because 22,000 workers, they used to be working over here. 2,000 workers, they came here from different parts of the Europe. In the history, we don't have any exact evidence from exactly which countries they came from. We just know one thing. 2,000 workers, they came from different parts of the Europe. And 20,000 workers, like 90% of them, they came from Persia, Turkey, Afghanistan. Mostly from the Persian Gulf. And they all were Muslims. And they need a mosque for the praying.
Yes.
And the king itself, he's quite religious and Muslim, so that's why the mosque, all of them go down there. So from the inside, outside, they both look alike. You know what? When you reach up for the main mausoleum, they look like a mirror reflection. They are that much identical. But they use for the different purpose, just to keep the symmetry. And guys, the symmetry, dimension, craftsmanship is all about the building is became the wonders of the world. Let me tell you one thing. For every wonders of the world, it was never be like that. Oh, Taj Mahal is so beautiful, let's put in the wonders of the world. It was never be like that. Before it became the wonders of the world, we had surveys here. We got the best engineers and the architects from like 2007. They arrived in here to trying to find out any mistake in the building, in the craftsmanship, in the dimension. When they couldn't find anyone or any single one, that's how the building became the wonders of the world later.
Now they have that data that shows
exactly. And you know what? Now finally, let's talk about the building. Three main questions the people they always have on their mind. The first one is why he chose this undeveloped small Agra city to build the Taj Mahal in here. Especially people like you who already have been in the major cities of India.
Yes.
They have question, why Agra? Why Agra to build the Taj Mahal in here? Second question the people they have on their mind, why he built the Taj Mahal with the white marble? Every monument, guys, you have been some monuments or maybe passed by in Delhi, you notice, all built out of red sandstone.
Yeah.
Why only one specific building in the entire country which is entirely built by the white marble? Why it's like that? And the last and the big question, why he built the Taj Mahal? So here I'm not asking you directly to give you all the answer, don't want to waste your time. The pretty first question is, why did you decide to build the Taj Mahal? And the answer is, at that time and for a long time, this city was the capital of India. That was the biggest reason. This was a trading hub, trading route. They do all the businesses from here. Agra got the first carpet factory in here. Still we got the 200 years old gems and art gallery in here. You can imagine, you can notice one thing.
art gallery.
Behind the Taj Mahal, we have nothing. Behind the Taj Mahal, we have river. And as long as you can see, we just have greenery. Just greenery, guys.
Good background.
So what is Agra famous for? Agra is not famous for any kind of technology stuff because we don't have and we're not allowed to build any kind of technology stuff because the building is built out of white marble. If we put in technology stuff, buildings, factories, tanneries, from the air pollution, it's going to be dirty. It's going to be converted into a black Taj Mahal. So that's the reason. Because of that, Agra is just famous for tourism. And because of the technology stuffs are not allowed, it's famous for its authenticity, which means the art and the gallery, the handicrafts and all.
Ooh, so are you going to one of those?
The authentic one, guys, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like in the Puban market, they're selling whatever the stuff.
It's real.
The authentic one I'm talking about. So that's the reason why when I'm going to bring you for the descending space, you can see, guys, how difficult to work on this white marble. Trust me. I'll show you that. Yeah.
Why did the capital move out from Agra to Delhi?
Oh, Delhi was always be a capital actually. They moved Agra from Delhi. Why is like that? Because Delhi got a lot of enemies. And they got all the pressure there. So they have a lot of battles all the time. And the third Mughal king, the one who built Agra fort, his grandfather, he wanted peaceful life. And no one knows about Agra back in the day. They just know about Delhi. They don't know what the city name is called. Agra. And Agra is amazing. The fertilization of the city is amazing. It's like amazing. You know, let me give you a short example. You know the gooseberries? You don't have in US, you import actually. So all those trees are the gooseberries. Even I can show you from the closer. Then there's a one local fruit which is called chiku. Is all right there. I mean, the fertilization of this city is amazing. You can grow almost every fruit here. And right behind this one, this one, right behind you, this one is a sandalwood. This one. This is all sandalwood. This one. You know how expensive sandalwood is? You have to take a special permission, not even from the state government, from the central government to cut this tree. They are like super expensive. And it's illegal to sell stuff which is made out of sandalwood. Because it's that. To sell stuff which is made out of sandalwood.
So precious. It's like
They all exports from here.
oh, so it's not a native tree, right? Is that what you're saying?
It's a native tree, but nowadays actually, because the shortage, the sandalwood trees are going to be really shortage because you can't grow sandalwood tree everywhere. It's depending on the fertilization, how good soil you have.
Got it.
So that's the reason right now the people they're not allowed to cut down the sandalwood trees because that's a native thing, and there are not so many left already. So
The
because
danger
Are they
kind of-
endangered?
yeah. So that's the reason. So now again I can let you go back here. So that's the reason. The third Mughal king, he moved Agra as a capital for 100 years. And then again Delhi became the capital.
Okay.
So Agra was the capital like 90 years for
Okay.
3 generations. The third Mughal emperor.
But
Great
he moved there to get away from the chaos of
yeah,
Delhi.
from the chaos of Delhi. You got it.
Okay.
A peaceful
that's the
place for respite. Yeah.
So this was the capital of the India. That's the biggest reason he chose this site to build the Taj Mahal here. Another big reason is behind the Taj Mahal, they have a lot of water. It's a win-win situation for them. No transportation service back then. They transport all the white marble from Makarana city,
Oh,
which is
in the water.
yeah 220 miles far away from here, approximately 380 kilometers. So it's a win-win situation for them. And
Logistically, good place.
22,000 number of people. They need water for cooking, for drinking, for lifestyle, and building the monument like that, the mega structure. So that's the reason it's the best place to choose this site to build the Taj Mahal here. That is the biggest reason, biggest reason to build the Taj Mahal in this area, in this city. Because they have a lot of water in the beautiful view as well. And King, he noticed one thing for many centuries, because the river bank they have behind the Taj Mahal, no one able to build behind the Taj Mahal, so there's no interruption in the beauty. There's no buildings, there's no modern infrastructure. He was right. Still, one thing is good about the government, they maintain the decorum. When you reach up, as long as you can see just greeneries and some small colonies, but no buildings, no factories, nothing.
The backdrop, very good.
Yeah. So now the second question, why he built the Taj Mahal with the white marble? So guys, this red sandstone first of all is too porous, and on this red sandstone you can't do fresco, you can't inlay anything. You can do workmanship with the hammer and chisel, and India since ages is famous for beautiful carving work with the hammer and chisel, and still even in this 20th century in 2022 still we have a beautiful workers to do with the workmanship with the hammer and chisel. But the king who built the Taj Mahal, he noticed whatever design you draw with the hammer and chisel on the red sandstone, this stone has certain age, it starts fading after 1 century. So this is not last forever. And he want to build something for his wife which is last forever. It doesn't need the renovation over the time and forever, because once the renovation start on the red sandstone, monuments are gigantic. Once the renovation start, it goes forever. And Taj Mahal is a front face monument. It doesn't want any kind of scaffolding interruption in the beauty. Because if you put the scaffolding any part of it, it will be visible from the front. So that's the reason, guys, he built the Taj Mahal with the white marble. And guys, one more thing, this white marble has some rare qualities. The first one is, this one is the hardest and the best marble in the world. Every white marble in the entire world nowadays, let's talk about the famous one, the Australian white marble, Italian white marble, even is more expensive than this. They all came from the mountain. And guys, this one is the only white marble in the entire world which we mine.
Came from the earth.
Came from the earth.
Where from?
Makarana mine, 220 miles far away from here. Another city name which is 220 miles far away from here in the state Rajasthan.
So it's Indian marble.
Yeah, Indian marble, northwest part of this country. So, this white marble has 3 qualities. The hardest and the best marble into the world. Second quality is this white marble is non-porous. Non-porous, which means never absorb any water, chemical or something, so never soaks the dirt. That's how the building is still white after 400 years.
Wow.
And when the sun is too bright in the summer, when the sun is strictly literally top of the building, it's completely white. You can't even open your eyes. It's that much reflect. And now the last quality is this white marble is translucent. It's just like a white piece of paper. If you put the light, it glows. All these things we can see at the design place. Let's forget that. So that's the reason, guys, he built the Taj Mahal with the white marble. It has some rare qualities. The best one. And now the last question, why he builds the Taj Mahal? Any answer? All of you just going to tell me he built it for his wife and that is it?
Right?
So it's true, he built it for his wife, but at very first this wasn't his own choice. He built it for her because she asked for it.
Oh.
It's true. So let me tell you what exactly happened at that time. How exactly we got the Taj Mahal. He got 3 wives in total. You know, in the entire world, the kings, it's pretty common for them to have multiple wives at the same time, right? So he got 3 wives at the same time. From the first 2 wives, he don't have any children. Because the first 2 marriages, those are the only political reason. Just to show off the world, just took over the kingdom. Back in the days, you know, if you want to take over the kingdom, you have to marry their daughter. That's the easiest way. Dowry is the, biggest thing in India. And they give you happily actually if you marry with their daughter. So he got a lot of political pressure, family pressure. That's why he married with those 2 girls, 2 queens. And the next thing is, guys, there's no babies from first 2 wives because there's no physical relation with first 2 wives, so there's no babies at all. And from this 3rd wife, Mumtaz, he got 14 children because he was the favorite wife. And I know all the ladies, they are thinking, she deserves this one. 14 children is a lot. 14 children is a lot, of course. And you know what? Out of 20 years of their marriage life, they made 14 babies and never twins. So I must say, from last 2 decades, she's always pregnant. From last 2 decades. You can imagine, guys. Out of 20 years of marriage life, they made 14 babies. And that's why she died during 14 childbirth.
Oh.
Before she died, She know this thing, I'm gonna be die. She was critically ill. She was on the bed for 6 months, and she asked 3 promises to the king. Trust me, I'm not faking it. This one is a true story. Even you can see you can watch the documentary on the Discovery for 4 hours documentary. You can see that. So the very first promise is, you're 38, is still young. After my death, you're not allowed to do remarry. She gave him 14 children. He must gonna
right.
listen to her, right?
Yes.
Second promise is, after my death, take care of my 2 daughters, because out of 14 children, only 3 survived. You know why it's like that? I mean, some died in a battle, and some died during what time. So there's a one more reason to make many babies, because they're not sure they're gonna survive or not. So that's the reason. And why she asked to take care of her 2 daughters? Because India is a male-dominating country. I hope you know that. Not now, guys. I mean, we are not like this, so please, no offense, okay? So, but still, I mean, many urban areas, or I can say rural part of this country, still India is a male-dominating country. So everyone is taking care of the boy because he's going to become the next king of the country. No one is really taking care of the girls. But she asked to never remarry because of the girls. Because if he's going to remarry, he was the richest guy in the country back then. If he's going to remarry, so the next queen of India, why was she taking care of my daughters? Like, why was she taking care of her children? She's gonna taking care of her new babies, so she's gonna raise them. They became the princess and the prince. So that's the reason. Never remarry. Take care of my 2 daughters, and after my death, you have to do something big and beautiful mausoleum for me. Which is, I mean, which they're already famous for, I can say. Because Taj Mahal was not the first mausoleum built by this dynasty, they already had many. But she didn't know that she got the world's best one. So he kept all 3 promises. First of all, he spent 22 years of his life on the Taj, so after that he got 60 years old. So he never remarried. 22 years just, I mean, building the monument in the loving memory of his wife. Second one, he took care of her 2 daughters, and the last one, he built Taj Mahal for her. And why it's called the symbol of love? Because she asked for it, she never saw this one. He was the richest guy, he can do whatever he wants, he stick with the promises. For 22 years, that's a long time. Plus, he named this building after his wife's name. So initial name of this building was not Taj Mahal. Initially, this one is known as Mumtaz Mahal, which means he named this building after his wife's name. But after he died, his eldest daughter Jahanara, she changed the name of this monument as Taj Mahal. So Taj means crown, Mahal means palace, which means crown of the palace. A crown. So now only let's talk about the minaret, just one last minute, and the cost of the building. You want to know, right?
Yes.
And then we'll walk, okay?
20 billion? What?
So guys, the cost of, the minarets, all 4 of them, they look straight, but they are not. They're slightly tilted. They are 4 degrees leaning outwards to the Taj Mahal. Because the architecture from Turkey is Fandi, he was planned. If any natural disaster is going to be happen here, so they not fall in. They not damage the main building, they all fall outwards. How smart they are. You know, I told you, whenever they build something, it's not like that they're thinking from some decades. They're thinking from the future. Like what happened after 400 years? But we got so lucky. We got so lucky from past 400 years. Or honestly, since Taj Mahal built here, there's no natural disaster. There's no earthquake at all. Many people, they say it because of the Taj Mahal, or I can say maybe that's true because at some points I'm also superstitious. All Indians we are. So maybe it's true for past 400 years there's nothing happened, but something is going to be happening in the future. They not fall in, they all damage outward. Okay? They not damage the main building, I mean. So now let's talk about the cost of the building. So back in the days, the cost of the building was more than 40 million rupees. Let me tell you guys how big amount 40 million rupees according to 16th century. One good middle class business personality, a person, when he's going to work for a whole year, he got 500 rupees paycheck.
Like here.
Like a $7.
Okay.
Even less than $7. For a whole year I'm talking about. He got feed his family, he's living his daily life, doing his daily expenses, and 500 rupees. On those days, he spent 40 million rupees on one building. Even though back in the days we have beautiful precious gems, he decorated his wife's set of taupes with the precious gems like sapphire, ruby, topaz, emerald, because that's all we're famous for. But unfortunately, all is stolen by the British. I hope you don't mind if I'm talking about the British.
That's fine.
They're all stolen from here.
We left the British.
I know that. So right now we don't have, but with all those precious things, building cost plus 40 million rupees. So UNESCO estimated the price of the building in 2018 without any precious gems, without any gold, just the beautiful white marble and the semi-precious gems we have. The building still cost more than 10 billion US dollars.
10 billion?
10 billion.
What did I guess?
20. Maybe 20 with the precious gems, I can say
That's
that.
right, with the precious gems.
So, and you know what? He spent billions of dollars just to bury his wife and never used for living.
How did he have so much money?
Oh, the